Hey, all right, everybody. We are back with a live video. We are talking about herpes, HPV, detoxing, sugar fasting, all that good stuff that you know me for. Make sure you check out the testimonials because we definitely want to make sure that you guys are doing that because some of this. Wait, hold on. All right, there we go. I had dropped my phone right quick. So some of you that I talk to you guys and you're like, well, I didn't ask about the testimonials. I didn't ask. Go check my testimonials. Definitely go and check the testimonials. So we are bringing in some more people, some more clients. It's time for some more testimonials. Seriously. So who is ready to actually detox and get it together? Because I know like some of y'all been writing me over and over again. It's still writing me over and over again, but y'all not making no moves. So it's either you gonna detox or you're not gonna detox, because only you gonna make the change. You're the one that's gonna change your life. I got the plan. You just got to decide to follow through. If you're on the fence, if you're feeling some type of way, go look at the testimonials. Look what other people have to say about the detox. Read the stories that other people told about their story. Go look at the live videos that we have interviewing. We had a couple people that we interviewed that tested negative. They didn't show their face, but they did the interview. So you can do this. Now, what we're doing right now is we're signing people up, just a few more people to close the year out and see if we could get a few more testimonials before this year ends, okay? Because we still have time. Now, for those of you who are like, well, I'm not quite ready to detox right now because of whatever reason it is, because I know we got our reasons and excuses that we make that tend to hold us back, okay? Because you're not making excuses to me. You're only making excuses to you, okay? So if you're in that position, we can get you ready for January, okay? You just got to put down your deposit for January. We're only taking so many people. We are not bringing everybody in. So you definitely want to get your deposit in to hold your spot. But for right now, what we're doing right now is we are signing people up for a program that's just for meat eaters. Okay, this is for beginners, meat eaters, people who have never really detoxed before, or maybe you've tried a couple things here and there, but this is targeted primarily for meat eaters. So if you are someone who is still eating meat, you're still on the standard American diet, we're going to fast track you, okay? We got a fast track for you. So with this fast track program, okay, we're going to close out the year with it. We're going to end around the last day of the year. We're going to end out this program, and we're going to have some people with some new results, okay? We're going to have some new before and afters to show you. But who are those? Who's going to be those people? It's got to be you. So I'm excited about this, and I mean, really to keep the momentum and the stamina up. I mean, we need people that's getting into the program. We need people to come in ready to go. Not sign up and just kind of sit in on the sidelines, kind of looking to see who's going to be the next one, because you are supposed to be the next one, right? That's why you get into the program, so that you can be the next one. So don't sign up if you're like, well, I don't know if this going to work for me. No, you got to have a stronger mind than that. You got to have a stronger mindset than that, because you are the one that's really going to carry you over. Now, I'm going to give you the information, okay? We got all the information that you need. We can help you if things come up along the way that, you're confused about. You're not too sure of what your next move needs to be because of such and such. We got you on that. All we need for you to do is commit and show up. That's all you got to do. Commit and show up. We got the courses included. We have the book is included. We have any sort of supplies that you might need is included. You got your detox stuff included. Your baths are going to be included. Your clay baths. You're going to have your supplements. You're going to have the right pH strips that you can clearly read and see if it's above 7 or under 7, so you can drink your tonic when you're supposed to. All of that is included, okay? There's no real mixing that you're going to have to do. There's no real measuring that you're going to have to do. You just got to cook your food. And then for your meals, we're providing everything you need for your meals so that you know exactly what to cook, how to cook it. You don't have to worry about, well, how am I going to piece together these meals? How am I going to prep that? Trust me, all you got to do is show up. That's it. You show up, you follow the directions, you ask questions when you have them, and you're going to be set, okay? And then you can have those same type of testimonials that we have all of these people that's on my page where I'm showing you their before and after pictures of their results. And you're seeing the testimonials that they wrote themselves in the highlights in my bio. All of that. You can do it too. Okay? You can totally do it too. Now, it's not just for herpes. It's also for HPV. HPV is what I started with. Okay? That's what I cleared for myself. I had a high risk HPV that was on my cervix, and it was transitioning to cancer. That was the year before I just totally fixed it with my own program. Now, I have been trying stuff over and over again, different things here and there. I had HPV for almost 5 years. And over that time, I tried a lot of stuff. I tried alkaline, which my diet is an alkaline diet, but it's not Dr. Sadie's alkaline diet. It is nothing that you've ever seen before. It's nothing that you ever heard before, because this came from me praying. And not just that, but I do have the gift of healing. I do have the gift of healing. Not everybody that's healing people has the gift of healing. Not everybody who's healing people was blessed and ordained by God to do that work here on earth. But that is my mission. That is what I'm supposed to be doing here on earth, which is why I've always been pulled to it. Constantly, since I was a child, pulled to it. It didn't take like a health scare for me to get interested in health and wellness. It was the only thing that I ever thought that I would really do since I was a kid is health and wellness. I thought I was going to be a doctor. When I went to LSU and it just was not working out for me out there in Baton Rouge, it was just too big, too much, too fast. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it anyways. I don't know what opportunity is going to present itself for me to still be able to do this, but I know I'm going to do it anyway. So I continue to make home remedies and little things here and there for my friends and my co-workers. I am not an herbalist. My home remedies are mainly, it's mainly like Southern Louisiana traditional type of stuff, indigenous American traditional type things, where you got plants that grow in your yard and you go, break off the aloe vera leaf and different things like that. But you're not going to see me recommending to you any type of harsh herbs, because I know that a lot of harsh herbs some people can't take. Also, the arginine, lysine content in herbs is not readily available on the internet. It's not available. So there's a lot of herbs that we don't know if it's going to stir up the herpes virus or if it's going to help it. Okay, so we don't have any medicinal herbs on my protocol. We eat an herbaceous diet. That's what we do instead. So we're getting all the phytochemicals, the phytonutrients. We're still getting the chlorophyll, but we're not taking chlorophyll supplements. We're not taking any type of making chlorophyll smoothies or anything like that. We are eating our food, and by eating the food, that is where we're getting the healing from. So it's not just the food that we're doing. We're also doing the baths. So it's detox baths that we're taking. You'll see everything right on the website. You can click the link in my bio and you'll see the sign up, where you can sign up for this detox, for this cleanse. And then you can read the description, and we have everything right there of what you're going to get. You'll get weekly meetings where you'll meet with us every week, submit your questions. So if you got questions, which you're going to have questions, you will have questions, and you're not going to be able to go to your standard herbal I don't know about you. You might need to get up out of here. All right. I be watching. You be jumping on my lives, and just certain, I don't know. You just get a little vibe from people, and you just be like, let me just put you on out of here. Get you on out of here. But anyways, so we're talking about detoxing. We're talking about taking matters into our own hands. We're talking about how we have everything provided for you to do the detox. Now, this is the biggest thing. People are stubborn and hard-headed, and they don't typically always do well with directions. And I'm going to tell you, the detox is designed to provide everything you need. So no, we don't sell the book by itself. Okay, you will not be able to get the book by itself, because if I gave you the book by itself, you're still not going to have what you need to do the detox. So it's the book. It's the supplies that you need to follow the directions that's in the book. And then if you get confused on what you see in that book. We have the weekly meetings so that you can get unconfused, so that you can get to the finish line and get what it is that you've been praying for, get the healing that you've been seeking, and get the healing that so many other people have been able to get on this same program. Okay? So we're covering all bases for you. There should not be any gray areas here. No gray areas. So let me tell you what this is not. This is not a parasite cleanse. Okay, let's get very clear on that. This is not a parasite cleanse. Yes, you might see some parasites in the toilet. You may, because some people do see that and send pictures of that. Okay, but this is not a parasite cleanse. I'm going to tell you the difference. This is not a gut cleanse. This is not a gut cleanse. Okay, this is not a blood cleanse. Okay, this is not a lymphatic cleanse. This is particularly a herpes cleanse, an HPV cleanse. Okay, there's a difference. We're not being general about anything. We're being super specific with what we are targeting inside of your body. So yes, herpes can be parasitic because it needs to feed off of you in order for it to keep going, right? It enters your cells and it takes over the cell so that it can replicate and shoot out its own little babies. That's parasitic, right? Isn't it? By definition. But herpes is not a parasite. It's a virus. Structurally, the way the structure of the herpes virus is that of a virus. The way that it acts and moves in your body is that of a virus. The way that your immune system handles it and tackles it, it handles it like a virus, because that is what it is. So no, we're not doing a parasite cleanse for a virus. And then if you're like, well, so, some people say that it's not a virus. Well, you can say it's not a virus all you want to. But this detox, no matter what label you want to put on it, okay, you can put on any type of name or a label on it. This detox specifically targets herpes, okay? It specifically targets herpes. So this is not going to be a generalization, a blood cleanse. Why is this not a blood cleanse? Why you don't need a blood cleanse for herpes? You don't need a blood cleanse for herpes because herpes is not in your blood. It's not located in your blood. Okay? So why do you do blood tests for herpes? You do a blood test for herpes because what they're testing for is the antibodies. You ever heard of that? The antibodies is called an IgG antibody test. The antibodies is the immune system's response to the herpes virus infection. They're testing for the response that your body naturally gives when it is infected with the herpes virus. That's what they're testing in the blood test. Antibodies is something that your body creates. You're making the antibodies. So they're testing to see, do you have so many antibodies present in relation to the herpes virus? But they are not testing for the herpes virus in your blood because it is not in your blood. So where is it? It's in your nerves. It's in your nervous system. That's why when your nerves get bad, it can trigger an outbreak. Okay? That's when people who are hot-headed people suffer from more outbreaks than cool-headed people, level-headed people, because their nerves are constantly being stimulated. Like, I'm talking about like the actual nerve cables and nerve endings and your nerves bundles and all that is being stimulated constantly. So people who are hotheads have more outbreaks than people who are more, level-headed with a cool head. Okay, people who are more patient. Because the herpes virus is located literally in your nerves. And then once it's agitated by either arginine in your diet, which a lot of you guys don't know, that is arginine that you mainly need to stay away from, because arginine is what the herpes virus uses to replicate. So it takes the arginine from your food. So arginine is an amino acid that's present in your food. So it takes this arginine that's in your food and it uses it to create its cell wall, the cell coating going around the cell. Okay? And that's how it replicates. So where do you find arginine? You find that in your diet. It's only going to be in like whole fruits and vegetables and meat. Fruits, vegetables, and meat, like natural foods that, God-given foods that grow out the ground or in some type of animal's meat. That's the only place that you're going to find these amino acids. It's not going to really be inside of your processed foods and like your French fries at McDonald's and stuff like that, because the food has undergone so many chemicals, it's been stripped of its nutrients. And then sometimes they'll go in there fortify it by adding synthetic nutrients back into it. It's kind of like supplements. Okay, that's what they put on the rice too. When you go and rinse, you rinse your rice off before you cook it, and you rinse it until it's not cloudy anymore. That's nutrients that they sprayed back onto the rice. It's fortified with nutrients because when it goes through the processing of bleaching it, it removed all the nutrients. Okay. All right. So we learned something today. So arginine is what you need to stay away from. Arginine is what's causing the virus to replicate. It's causing the outbreaks, and it's also causing you to experience other types of symptoms that you would not normally contribute to herpes. Okay, because herpes becomes a co-infection. If you got anything else going on with your body that causes inflammation, causes you to be inflamed, the herpes virus flocks to that area, and where your body is inflamed, your body's going to release this arginine to repair it. So arginine is anti-inflammatory. It's going to help to reduce inflammation. It's going to help to repair any tissue damage that you have in your body or any type of damage in your body. That's what arginine does. That's the purpose of arginine in our body and why our body produces it. But the herpes virus wants to use that arginine to replicate. Okay, that's the problem. The herpes virus wants to use it to replicate. So when you're doing herpes detoxing, you want to remove arginine from your diet totally. Okay, and lysine pills will not balance out arginine. So if you didn't know, lysine cancels out arginine in equal amounts. So if you have 50 milligrams of arginine in a food, and you have 50 milligrams of lysine in the food, all of the arginine is going to be canceled out. So if you have 65 milligrams of arginine and you have 50 milligrams of lysine, then only 50 milligrams of the arginine will be canceled out. You'll be left with 15 milligrams of arginine that the herpes virus can use to replicate. So we want to eat foods that have more lysine in it than arginine. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes people will think, well, I can go and take lysine pills, because they sell lysine pills, and a lot of people who have HSV, who have a herpes virus, is familiar with lysine pills. And they think that they can go and eat something that is high in arginine and take lysine pills to cancel it out. But it doesn't necessarily work that way, because that lysine and that arginine is not together. So that lysine and that arginine that's in your food, like say in a stick of celery, or let's say in a carrot, it's bound together. It's bound together on the same link, chain, branch. It's all together. So the body can use it as a whole molecule. Okay? Now it's using all the molecules together in conjunction. Now, once you go separating it, and you're eating something that's high in arginine, let's say a carrot. You're eating a carrot, which is high in arginine. But then you want to take a lysine supplement to try to cancel out the arginine from the carrot. But it doesn't work that way, because now it's not connected. That arginine is not connected. It's not on that same link, chain, branch as the lysine. So now you're trying to have it do something that it's not going to be able to perform at its best. So yes, it can help. It can help, but it's not going to totally cancel it out. So you cannot eat foods that are high in arginine and take lysine pills and expect it to totally cancel it out, because it just won't. Okay, so I recommend leaning into the high lysine foods that are extremely high in lysine and very low in arginine. So let me give you an example. Cauliflower. Cauliflower is really, really high in lysine in comparison to its arginine content. Okay? I apologize if y'all hear a little kid spazzing out in the background. I'm currently live, so I can't go take care of it. But as soon as we end this, I'm gonna see what's going on. They all right though, but I apologize for the noise. So I got a food list. So if you have not been inside the community yet to access this food list, I recommend that you go and you access this food list. Let me put it right here. This is going to be a herpes food list, and it's for free inside my community. Okay, you're going to go to tarasdetox.com, tarasdetox. I'm putting it here in the comments. But tarasdetox.mn.co. You can use a nickname. Okay, let me put on here, sign up free. Sign up free community. Alright, there we go. And that's the link right there. But you can also go to my bio and you'll see my free community right there. And you can use a nickname just in case like you ever left a comment or posted something or whatnot. Then you can stay anonymous in there. We also have a mindset movie night, which teaches you about how to heal using your mind and the type of mindset that's required to heal. So even if you don't have that mindset yet, which, you know, a lot of us, even I went through the motions of having the mindset, losing the mindset, having to get the mindset back, having to pull myself out of depression, having to geek myself back up to, you know, hype myself up to get in there and detox again, try it a different way until I get it right type of stuff, you know. So I went through those motions, but I want to share with you, and I have been sharing with you guys for the last year, what is it that I do, what is it that I watch that helps me to get the right mindset, that like when I'm losing the momentum, what do I watch and what do I take in that helps to light me back up so that I can keep going? So that's what Mindset Movie Night is all about. So it's constantly putting it back on your mind. Okay, all right, I had a bad week or I had a rough day, but this is what I know to be true for me. Okay, this one bad day is not I'm not going to let this one bad day cause me to throw away all my hard work on my detox. Okay, I'm not going to let this one bad day, I'm not going to let this one B who cut me off in traffic or who said something to me at work or who did some low-key, you know, slick shit at work or whatever. I'm not going to let that person who pissed me off in line at Walmart lead me to eating something I ain't supposed to eat that throws off my detox and my hard work, or prevents me from even starting my detox because I planned to start it, but now I'm mad because so-and-so and da-da-da-da-da. No, that's why we got Mindset Movie Night, so that we're always reminded about keeping our character in check, about, you know, not letting people put us in their negative energy, pull us into their negative energy. We're not matching energies. That's childish. We don't match no energies with people, because by you matching energies with people, you are letting them pull you into their despair. You're not going to get better like that. You're not going to heal like that. Your life is not going to get better like that if you are always matching energies. We got to rise above the matching of the energies. Maybe there was a season where we were not speaking up for ourselves, and maybe we were letting people kind of walk all over us a little bit, and so we kind of need to stand up for ourselves and match energies at that time. But we don't need to, we're past that. So no longer do we match energies. No longer do we have bad attitudes unapologetically. Okay, now we're staying in good character. We're keeping our hearts light. We're keeping our minds light. We're not letting people throw their stuff on us, because at this time we gotta heal. So all of you guys who've been following me since 2018, 2019, okay, the time is now. The time is now, because now we're in 2024, and 2024 is almost over. Okay? And you might feel like, well, man, I tried before. But did you try by yourself, or did you try with me? And when you tried with me, did you speak up when you needed help? So now we have something new that we're doing inside the group to make more people feel more comfortable about speaking up when you need help. We have an anonymous question submission form. So if you have a question, but you feel, you know, like you don't feel confident enough to speak up in the group, or you don't feel confident enough to talk at the meetings, or you don't want someone to know that that's you that has that question, or even if you don't want me to know that's you that has that question, you can submit your questions anonymously now, and I'm going to answer those questions for you. My leaders in the group, we're going to answer those questions for you so that you don't have anything holding you back at all. Okay, because a closed mouth don't get fed. And I feel like some of you slipped into that category where you were afraid to speak up. And I don't want you to feel like that. I want you to feel like you're going to get what you need. Okay, there is no stupid questions, and I don't expect you to know everything, especially with all of the misinformation that circulates on the internet about herpes viruses, because it's a lot of spreading and saying the same things. I even get people who send me, they send me posts about all of these different types of like medicines, plant medicines. This plant medicine is good for herpes. This plant medicine is good for all these things, and they'll have herpes on the list too. Well, this is what I have to say for any and all of those posts about these medicines. Look at my testimonials. Check the testimonials. Because we didn't use none of that stuff that y'all are sending me. For all of those posts that y'all send me from other people. Check my testimonials. Because I'm always posting them. Okay? Check the check-in testimonials. That's when people follow up. When they're like, okay, I'm still good. I finished your protocol. I did my thing, and I'm still good. Okay? Check that out. Let's see if she really wanted to go join the live. I'm not sure. She clicked that by accident. She was trying to. Okay. Yeah, she might have clicked the join the live by accident. I don't usually bring people on the live. I had some people do some weird stuff in the past. But I was like, it's probably the best I don't do that. I know you wouldn't do nothing weird. But yeah, so we're talking about HSV, we're talking about HPV. If you guys do have any questions, like the questions that y'all DM me, you can ask those questions here on this live stream. Any questions that you have about HSV, how it works. Hey, Cams. So no sexual activity while doing the detox. Right. You don't want to have any intercourse, no sexual activity while you are doing the detox, because that is going to cause arginine release. And it doesn't matter if it's my detox or anybody's detox. We just really got to stay away from the arginine. And you're going to have arginine release if you're having sexual activity. It's a part of the orgasm process, the process of the orgasm. So you don't want to do that. Yeah, you'll be holding off while you're detoxing. Also, it's also about cutting soul ties and collecting back any pieces of our soul that we handed out in sexual encounters. Okay? That's also a part of it. So when we're taking those detox baths, that's like the spiritual element of what we're doing too. So the spiritual element with those detox baths is cutting soul ties, so cutting the cord from those past sexual encounters that we've had, okay, up until this point. And then when you have intercourse with someone, you leave a piece of you with every one of those people. So a part of that is getting that back, okay? And then we have to take a break from sexual intercourse in order for that process to happen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So let me see if I had anything that someone sent me in my inbox. I think someone sent me a question earlier today. So I'll pull that up and answer that question here. Um, since I try not to be in the DMs very much answering questions, because it could take like a long time. Okay. All right. So this question that I got earlier. Okay. So this person wanted to really know, why is HPV, oral HPV, so rare? because oral HPV is extremely rare. Oral HSV is very, very, very common. Super, super common. I will tell you that it's not harmless like they say, though, because when you have HSV1, it affects the upper body internally. So getting the cold sores or outbreaks orally that is not as common. Usually people will not really get those very much, or you may have never gotten a cold sore. You might just get a pimple here and there, but what mostly people experience is issues with the upper body. So sometimes it can lead to sarcoidosis. Sometimes it can lead to like encephalitis. It can lead to palpitations of the heart. You got to make sure you're getting enough magnesium too, so that you're not getting heart palpitations. Um, Sometimes a person is dealing with asthma, different conditions with the lungs. That is more in alignment with HSV1. Sometimes it's leading to things like dementia and Alzheimer's. Okay, things that have to do with the upper body. Okay, sometimes it can affect um, the metabolic processes that are happening with your liver, your kidneys. Okay, it can affect that whole process too. So HSV1 is not harmless, even though it is extremely common. So we just want to make sure that we are staying away from arginine as much as possible, because that's the biggest culprit is the arginine. Okay, that's the biggest problem. Now for HPV that's oral, that one is super, super, super rare, because it's I don't think it's very easy for you to get. And even through oral intercourse, just because you have oral intercourse does not mean that you're going to have HPV. Okay, it does not transfer very easily orally. It's going to be really, really hard to get a doctor to diagnose you. You would have to have some visible signs and symptoms, because just because you have a high risk vaginal HPV does not mean you automatically have a high risk oral because you had oral intercourse. Okay, so I hope that helps you with that. Um, yeah, because I can't read the question the way they put it, because I can't say that. But hopefully you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying there, okay? You get what I'm saying. So we have our HSV HPV sugar detox that we're doing right now. So if you're somebody, you got diabetes, okay, you're dealing with high blood pressure, you're dealing with hypertension, you're dealing with any of the metabolic disorders, then you want to get into this detox. This detox is for you. If you have any of the herpes viruses, HSV1, HSV2, varicella zoster, chicken pox, okay, if you're dealing with Epstein-Barr, if you're dealing with, what is the other one that's super, super popular? Cytomegalovirus. If you're dealing with any of those herpes viruses, this detox is for you. If you're dealing with HPV, high risk or low risk HPV, this detox is for you. And we are looking to bring a large number of people to under so we they got rules and restrictions now, y'all. There's rules and restrictions about what we say and how we can call it. So we want to bring these people to negative. We want to bring these people down to undetectable. Okay, and we want to do this before January 1, and we still have time. You still have time. Okay, but this is not for people who like the bullshit and waste time. You got to be ready to get in and get going now. So you sign up right now. We get you your kit right away, and then we're on to detoxing. Okay, then we expect you to submit your questions every single week. You can submit them throughout the week, but we answer those questions for you on Thursdays. Okay, so if you cannot come to our meetings on Thursdays because you got to work, or if you're too shy to come to the meetings, that's okay. We understand that if you're too shy, because the meetings will be on Zoom. Okay, it's going to be a Zoom meeting. So sometimes people are like, well, I use Zoom for school, I use Zoom for work, and I don't want to, my name to show up on there. That's fine. You just submit your questions in advance, and we are going to have those questions answered for you, and you can catch the answers on the replay. Okay, so you'll get that every single Thursday. You'll get all of your supplies for the rest of the year, and then what you can expect in return is some lovely testimonials, some lovely negative test results. Okay, and what I can expect is your lovely testimonial. Okay, because that's what we need in order to keep this thing going. If I don't get no testimonials for a certain amount of time because y'all not, you know, Either you're not signing up for the program, but you're still asking a whole bunch of questions in my DMs, or you done signed up, but it's taking you too long to get your butt moving. It makes me lose momentum. And when I lose momentum, then that means that not as many people are going to be getting helped and healed, because I ain't going to be around here like that. And I know that I have a job and a duty here. And that's why I was brought out of it. I was brought out of it because my promise was, when I bring myself out of it, based on your instructions, guys, you help me put this together and I bring myself out of it, I'm going to help bring others out of it. Okay, so I want to continue holding up my end of the bargain with joy in my heart. I'm going to continue doing this joyfully. So I need y'all to get in here, sign up, get to work, produce them testimonials, and produce those results for yourself. Okay, got a Dip Law webinar. Okay, awesome. Well, you guys go ahead and DM me if you're ready to sign up for the program. The program is $9.98. Okay, so that is $1,000. That's how much the program costs. Now, if you're like, oh man, it's so expensive, well, let me tell you this: what you are asking for is expensive. Okay, what you're asking to be done is expensive. It's going to be a great reward. You're going to have to work for it. You're going to have to sacrifice. For some people, they're like, $1,000, that ain't nothing. For those of you who are like, it's expensive, okay, it needs to be expensive. It needs to be expensive. You know why? Because as it being at its price that it is right now, you are going to appreciate it. You're going to commit to it. You're not going to squander your money. You're not going to let things come up. You're not going to let, so-and-so did this, so-and-so did that, my car broke down. Even if your car broke down, you would be ordering delivery. You would be ordering delivery because you committed to it. Okay, this is a commitment. And what you get in return for that $1,000 that you put up as your sacrifice for what it is that you want, what you get in return is you're not going to be around here worrying about outbreaks. You're not going to be worrying about inflammation. You're not going to be worrying about your back hurting. You're not going to be worrying about your knees hurting. You're not going to be worrying about arthritis popping up in your hands. Okay? It does all of that. You're going to be sleeping well at night. You're going to have lots of energy. Guess what else you're going to have? You're going to have the negative test results that they say cannot be done, that we shock doctors with all the time. The doctors be shocked by just the progress, not even the person getting all the way to the end. They say, well, you know what? Your antibodies are always going to be this high. Your antibodies will always be this high. And what we do? Shock the doctors all the time. Every month, we shocking doctors. Oh, well, don't you want to see your doctor have to pick their lip up? Don't you want to see your doctor have to pick his face up off the floor? I know you do. Because a lot of y'all be like, man, I don't know why my doctor had to come and tell me this, trying to discourage me like that. The doctor trying to tell you you're going to always be like that. You're going to have to take medication for it. No, you don't. You don't have to take no medication for it. I'm telling you, January, you can have your doctor picking his lips up off the floor. Doctor going to be like, man, listen, I don't know what you're doing, but God bless you. Okay, that's all they're going to be able to say. That's all they're going to be able to say, because the doctors say that your antibodies can't even change. And we prove that wrong. Everybody proves that wrong in month one. Month one, everybody, even if you decide that you're going to go ahead and give up on yourself and quit early before the finish line. Month one, I'm telling you, month one, the doctors are like, what in the world? You were not supposed to do that. How did you do that? Now, when they do that, and when they come telling you that, don't mention me. Don't mention me. I'm trying to stay under the radar as much as possible, as long as possible. I need to fly under the radar so that y'all can continue to get this good work. Okay? Now, I'm tasking you to not sit here on these lives, not to just keep coming back to the live streams, but to actually do something with yourself. To do something with yourself. Do something different. Because if we add up how much money we done spent on food over the course of 1 month, Okay? Because we talk about it's expensive to do the detoxes. It costs $1,000, $9.98. How much food do we eat over the course of a month? Because we spending $1,000 on food for certain. You're spending $1,000 or more on food a month. If you got kids, especially. If you got kids, especially. If you're eating out, if you don't cook at home and you eat out all the time, you spending a rack at least. Yes. But you know how much program is? It's a rack. The program is a rack. Now, guess what you're not going to be doing while you're on the program? You're not going to be buying fast food. You didn't know how you could do it? Now you know. You're not going to be buying fast food because you won't need it. You're going to be cooking at home. And you know how much your groceries are going to cost for the detox? It'll cost about $180 a week. About $180. That's if you are eating large amounts of food. If you are eating large amounts of food, it's going to cost you about $180 a week in groceries. Yeah. So we're setting you up for success. All you got to do is just jump in there and do it. And when you jump in there to do it, you got to speak up when you got issues. Because everything can be overcome. We can overcome every single thing that gets into your way. But we cannot overcome you giving up. We cannot overcome you not speaking up and saying what's going on with you to get help. We can't do nothing with that. There's nothing at all we can do with you giving up or with you not asking the question or you not coming forward. But as long as you give us something to work with, as long as you're saying what it is that you need, as long as you're saying what it is that you're confused about, as long as you are saying what's going on with you, what's getting in the way, sometimes you just got to talk to somebody who's not in the situation. Because when you're in it, you can't see it all. Some of us, if we're in it and we're being emotional, then you can't see all of your opportunities. You can't see all of your different pathways. And sometimes you need somebody from the outside to talk to so that they can show you, look, you don't have to stop your goals because of this. You got all of these other options. You can keep going, but if you decide that you're going to use that as an opportunity to make an excuse to stop the detox, then that's on you. It's on you. And that's where you're going to have to make some serious changes and look at yourself and think, are you going to continue talking yourself out of success? Are you going to continue to talk yourself out of success? So yes, we do. So the detoxing that we can do for children, this is what we do. Now, if you have HSV, we're not detoxing children for HSV. We're just not doing that because it's for one thing, we don't want to stigmatize our children. Okay. The other thing is children need a certain balance coming from the proper amount of fat, the proper amount of carbs, the proper amount of certain nutrients that they're going to get from a standard diet. That you should not restrict the child's diet that much to do heavy detoxing. Now, the type of detoxing that we do with children is through the hair tissue mineral analysis. So we get your mineral balance doing the hair tissue test. And it gives like 25 different markers on this test. You get all of your major minerals. You get all of the minerals, like all of them. You get all of the minerals on this test. Now, to get a panel that's only like 7 minerals is like $500. But we give you 25 markers, and the test is only $200. Okay. Now, with that test, we'll see if you or your child is too high in anything. If you have minerals that are too high, or if you also have minerals that are too low. So what do you do when you have minerals that are too high? You need to take another mineral to lower it. Okay. So that's the type of balancing that we do with children. So you would get the hair tissue mineral analysis. You would get a custom mineral supplement for the child, which, like your multivitamins, but this multivitamin would be customized for your child. And then on top of that, your child would have a customized meal plan to make sure that they're getting all of their key nutrients. And then if you're someone who has HSV and you're concerned that maybe you might have, through sharing a towel or a drink or food or some type of way, you're just like a little concerned about your child might, maybe having it too, then we can do high lysine with their mineral rebalancing with their detox. And it's a gentle detox, and it's it gets your body to naturally detox on its own without forcing it through certain foods that cause your body to have certain types of reactions, which is what we're doing with the herpes detox, the HPV detox. We're eating foods that causes a certain type of reaction in the body. Okay, so with the detox, that's $1,000, $998. What comes with it is going to be everything that you need for your detox. You won't have to go out to the store to buy any additional supplies for anything. You cannot use your standard toothpaste. You can't use your standard deodorant, so we're going to supply that for you inside your kits. You're going to have your supplements in your kit. You're going to have your pH strips that you're going to need to drink your tonic when it's time for you to drink it. The tonic also comes inside your kit in a powder form, so you just take a couple scoops and put it into your bottle of water, so you can travel with it on the go. Because that's a lot of people found themselves like not being able to take their tonic because they're rushing to work or something like that. So we got the powder, so you can just take your bottle of water with you on your way to work. So no more having to skip your tonic because you ran out of time. Okay. It also comes with your clay baths for your detox baths. It also comes with your Skin Zen, which is an antiviral, antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial body oil. And that really helps with keeping down the viral shedding. If you start to get like that itchiness on your skin, which is like shedding, for people who have herpes viruses. And then for HPV does not like the Skin Zen. The ingredients inside the Skin Zen also is effective for HPV. So that's if you have HPV warts. If you have like a high risk form of HPV, then you don't need to put like the Skin Zen inside. But for women who are having like yeast infections or having BV, the Skin Zen can also be inserted after a really good bath where you clean out all of, you got to clean out the discharge that's in there. And then you can put some of that Skin Zen on your fingers and insert it. So the products are multifunctional, but it will be everything that you need for your HSV or HPV detox, or if you're someone who wants to do the sugar fast and you're working on metabolic disorders like high blood pressure, hypertension, diabetes, and things like that. Okay. We also can help people who have type 1 and type 2 diabetes. So this is, I believe, might be the first detox I've seen that helps people with type 1, which is something that they say is genetic, but it's not entirely genetic. It's something that you can acquire as a child because of viruses that we pick up that can kill off certain cells that are very important for processing the sugars and metabolizing. Thank you, Rock. I appreciate it. Yeah. So also with that $1,000, you get to come to our weekly meetings or submit your questions for the meeting. So let's say our meetings are on Thursdays, but if you work on Thursdays and you're not available, you still submit your questions anonymously. Everybody submits your questions anonymously, and we're going to answer those questions at the meeting. So you can either be there live or you can just catch the replay. So you don't have to be there to get your questions answered. And you don't have to have your name attached to your question if you feel like, your question is embarrassing or you just don't like people to know. Some people don't like asking questions. If you're one of the people that don't like asking questions, you got to ask your questions. You have to ask them. So just submit it anonymously and just to make sure you're getting everything that you need. So this covers all bases. You'll get your instructions, okay? You get your instructions. So you get the ebook version. You also get access to the video course where I'm explaining to you the book. We're going through the book as I'm explaining it to you. You get all of the supplies that you need, and then you also get the support. And this is the cheapest that this has ever been. This is like a significant discount on this deal to be able to get all of this for just the $998. And then also we have payment plans available. So you can use Shop Pay, which is on the site. You just click the buy with Shop Pay button. If you don't have Shop Pay or they don't approve you, we do Affirm, we have Klarna, we have my bad, that notification threw my train of thought off. But we have Klarna, we have Affirm, you can do PayPal credit, you can do any of those if you need a payment plan. And then if you do not get approved for any of those, then we will require a $250 deposit. You just put a down payment and then you can make payments on it. Okay. And we'll get you in the program and all that good stuff. People should definitely pay you personally for even taking the time to make sure people heal. Yeah. 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 But the goal right now is we need testimonials like a mug. I feel like I'm having like testimonial withdrawals. I'm having testimonial withdrawals. I need some more testimonials. So I dropped the price so I could bring a lot more people in. I want to give people a chance to get healed before 2025. So we're bringing in everybody who's meat eaters because this is a fast track program. With the vegans, we have to do a little bit more preparation with them. So this program right here is not going to be for the vegans. I'm going to announce when we're going to start up the next vegan round. We're going to do a vegan round. This right here is the meat eaters round, okay? So everybody in here is in the same boat. Their bodies are pretty much in the same condition, well, mostly, okay? There's some variations, but mostly. So this is the fast track where we want you to finish before the last day of this year, all right? That's what this one here is for. So if you've been eating meat, your standard American diet, get in here so we could get you in and get you out real quick. We need the testimonials rolling in, okay? Because it's the testimonials that gives me fire to keep going, and it also gives the people that fire too to keep going. And you can go and view all my testimonials that I already have posted. We have about 50 people. I think it's a little over 50 people that we brought to negative for herpes viruses. And then for HPV, it's just so many testimonials. It's been so many testimonials over the years. And I was not counting them when I first started the HPV work because I didn't intend on this becoming a business or a thing like that. I was just giving out the information, and I gave it away for free for like years, for years. And then it came to the point where it was like, gotta pay. I started getting stressed out. It started to become too hard. So like you had to pay, and then I started setting up all these different systems that just makes things like way more professional, and just I started getting help. So everything just flows so much better now. Yeah. So I'm about to get out of here if you guys don't have any questions. If you do have any questions, you can go ahead and DM them to me. I'll go ahead and do another live stream to get those answered all at once so that we're not individually messaging people back. And y'all take care. Get into the program. You deserve to heal. What you holding back for? Okay. We got one more question just popped up. I have one more question. A person who is on the HPV detox and has diabetes, will the detox take care of diabetes? Yes, it's for yes. So the detox is for a lot of stuff, but the primary focus is, okay, so that we just real clear, herpes, HPV, and metabolic disorders, diabetes, high blood pressure, hypertension, all that good stuff. And you're a client. So you definitely make sure that you got one more step that you got to do. You got one more step. We need you to finish the course so that you can get access in the group to start posting your questions and stuff so that we can get you all healed up. So we can get you healed up. Because I'm telling you, you just give it a good couple months. Okay? Give it a good couple months. And we want to see some progress happening. Now, with HSV, we want some good ass testimonials with some negative results in 2 months. HPV could be anywhere between 2 to 6 months. HPV. For HSV, if you're coming in, you're on this fast track program and your standard American diet right now, you're a meat eater, you're not currently taking herbs right now. And let me tell you how to not mess it up, okay? Because some of y'all mess it up. Do not binge eat on everything that you cannot eat on the detox before starting. Do not go and buy everything that you cannot eat on the detox and stuff your face with it before you get started. Do not do that. You're gonna ruin your detox. You cannot eat nuts and seeds on the detox, okay? You cannot eat nuts and seeds. Do not go and eat a whole bunch of nuts and seeds right now because you won't be able to eat it on the detox. Don't do that. You're gonna mess up the detox if you do that. Do not go and eat a ton of sweets and drink all the Monsters and Red Bulls you could drink before the detox because you will mess your detox up. Everything that you've been doing, just your normal, just continue doing that. Do not go and do a lymphatic cleanse or a blood cleanse or a parasite cleanse before you do this detox. You're going to mess it up. You're going to mess the detox up because you're going to go and take a bunch of stuff and do a bunch of stuff that is high in arginine that is going to cause the virus to replicate and mess you up. Okay? So just chill. Sign up for the detox if you want. If you got questions on what you should be doing, and it's me in the in between time, if you got questions about that, just send those questions on over to me after you sign up. Okay, after you sign up, don't send me a bunch of questions before you sign up. Sign up first, okay, so we know we committed, and I'm not wasting my time on a bunch of questions that won't even matter anyways because you ain't even gonna do it. I have no problem answering all your questions once I know that you are committed and we are committed to each other. This is a commitment between you and I, okay, for us to take you there, to take you to that finish line. All right, now I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to come back and, I'm going to go live again when I can. If you got questions about the program before you sign up to the program, you can send those questions on over. But if you're like, well, what are we going to be doing in the program? What are we going to be? No, you're going to see once you're in the program. I promise I'm going to take care of you. I will take care of you, okay? You don't have nothing to worry about. It's not going to be hard for you. Like, nothing bad is going to happen to you. You're not going to be sick as a dog. I'm telling you, you won't be. You won't be. The only time people get sick like that is for certain situations and certain conditions. And if you just living life normal right now, everything's fine with you right now. Your digestive system is not, totally out of whack. Trust me, you're going to be fine with this. And if you are having any issues and you are worried about certain things, just book a free call with me, okay? So that we can discuss those concerns that you have, and I'll let you know if that might be a problem for this fast track program or not. I have no problem telling you that you won't be able to do this program. And then not only that, I will tell you how you can prepare yourself to be able to do the program. Okay? All right. So I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.